Welcome to the Bare Necessities, a DCAP High School podcast.
Welcome to the Bare Necessities. We're with Emma, Riley, and Gracie, and today we're introducing our newest segment, Mysteries in History, and we're talking about the town that dreaded sundown, Part 1.
Throughout the spring of 1946, a total of 8 attacks took place, leaving 5 dead and 3 wounded by an unidentified killer.
This mystery was held in Texarkana, Texas. They play the movie in Spring Lake Park every year where the murders took place.
The first attack took place Friday, February 22nd in Lover's Lane, Texarkana. Jimmy Hollis and his girlfriend Mary Larry were stopped in their car when an armed man wearing what resembled a pillowcase with cut-out holes ordered both of them out of the car. He struck Jimmy with a pistol and ordered Mary to run, where she ran over a half a mile to the nearest house and then called the police. While this was happening, Jimmy was regaining consciousness when a motorcyclist found him. They both survived and recovered from the attack. When they asked who they saw, neither could agree on skin tone or height. So they basically had no clue who it was.
Really?
Yeah. The first actual murder took place over a month later on March 24th on Lover's Lane. So Richard Griffin and his girlfriend, Ann Moore, aged 29 and 17, were found early in the morning dead in their car. So this time, the murder took place in the car, but evidence suggests that they were, killed outside and then put back in the car.
It's the age.
Yeah,
range.
the age difference. Because, he's got that's similar with the ages, because there's a big difference.
17 and 29?
Yeah, but the thing is, on the next murder, it's 17 and 15, so he goes down from, 20s and 19s. He goes down to, high schoolers.
Yeah.
So he was, recently out of high school and then back into high school. So the second murders took place shortly after. It was a pair of couples, but younger, as we said. It was Paul Martin and Betty Cooker, and they were murdered after going to a musical performance.
What? Does he have a grudge?
Yeah, he
I
must
guess so.
have a
He just
grudge
doesn't
or
like
something.
couples. Maybe he's lonely.
Oh.
Because, every single murder was with couples around
Yeah.
Spring Lake Park or Lover's Lane,
And this
which are both, romantic places for that
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
He had a grudge.
And then the fifth murder, I think it's weird, because he went completely up in his age range. Virgil and Katie Starks were killed on May 3rd around 9 p.m., age 37 and 36. So he went from, teenagers to high schoolers to elderly couples.
Yeah.
And they had been married, so it's he went from, girlfriend and boyfriend to married couples.
Husband and wife.
But, yeah, they were actually shot in their house, which is
Oh.
even weirder. So
Yeah, how did he
from
find
all
this?
these murders, he went from, a car to a house. So it's did he have a grudge on them? Because this is the only one that really sticks out. Hearing the shots, Katie came in to see her husband dead. Then she ran to call the police, but she was actually shot from the window before her neighbors picked up. But the killer actually started to come into the house while she was on the phone, and she ended up running to her nearest neighbor, gasped that Virgil's dead, and then collapsed. But she was taken to the hospital and she survived. But the killer was never found. They didn't see him. They didn't get him. Yeah, that was the last murder. There were 5 of them, 8 attacks though. Guy's never been found. Never evidence.
Unresolved.
People suspected it was someone on the team, and maybe that's why they didn't find him. But
The sheriff?
yeah, the sheriff's the one in the investigation. But it's never been officially solved.
We will continue after this short ad break.
Spring break is April 11th through the 15th.
Cheer tryouts will be held at the high school gym at 9 o'clock on April the 9th.
Prom is May 7th.
Now back to the bare necessities.
This is Brock, Emilio, and Dylan. We'll be discussing the different types of games. What is the best game, in y'all's opinion?
I don't really have one, but currently the best games that are doing well are Elden Ring and Tiny Tina's Wonderland from Borderlands series. They're single-player story narratives, and they don't have microtransactions. That's why they're doing so well.
What are you talking about? Board games or
Board games,
Any game.
video games.
console? And yes, what's the best game?
In your opinion?
Like your favorite game.
Dang. It's been a long time since I played video games, but I used to be on Halo a lot. Halo was where it was at.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. It's been a few years.
I mean, with Halo's infinite microtransactions, they reduced the prices because they weren't getting as many cells or anything like that.
Now, what game has the best mechanics to it?
we're talking about mechanics. There's like a lot of mechanics in games.
Any of them. Graphics, any of them.
Yeah, graphics are a bit debatable. Some people like the old school games, so 8-bit.
Yeah, it's kind of not personality, preference based.
Yeah. Most games follow the same movement mechanic.
What was the best board game growing up?
I would have to say Wahoo. I actually really love Wahoo.
I don't know. I don't remember any of the board games we really played a lot at all.
Snakes and Ladders. Have you ever played that?
Not very often. I think most I played would have been Aggravation.
Never heard of it. Sounds fun though.
Oh, it is.
I remember Sorry and
I've never played Sorry.
Sorry, Monopoly.
Monopoly gets a lot of people mad.
Yeah, it's just
Along with
that.
Uno.
Monopoly, Uno, and if you're a little bit childish, Aggravation gets you mad.
It's in the name.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I remember Sorry.
What's your favorite gaming platform?
Ooh. So I've played on Xbox, PlayStation, and PCs. I mean, if you want to count a DS and Wii as Nintendo, I get that. Control-wise, it has to go to PC. They just have so many options for keybinds. What am I thinking of? Like, just controller-wise, I prefer PlayStation for its symmetry. It's just more comfortable for me to hold. I know some people like Xbox for their asymmetry.
I'd have to go with PS4. I played all of them. I don't hate any of them, but PS4 so takes the win.
I've never had a PlayStation. I've always had Xbox.
Sad man.
And whatever PC games we did have was the ones that came on it. Which was like Minesweeper,
Yeah,
Solitaire.
some of those are really fun, man.
Yeah, especially when you're bored.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite game for different consoles?
PC? I don't have one for PC. Actually, I can't think of one, actually. PlayStation. I really like the Borderlands series. For Xbox... I really don't have one for Xbox.
All those games and you don't have a favorite.
I was, like... I've always, like, had a 360 no Wi-Fi, so I never had to, like, experience Halo. So, I can't say Halo.
I've only had a 360 console since I want to say last Christmas or the Christmas before that. Just as my own private console, and even then all we had was Army of Two. I think that's what it's called. Which for zombies, I'd have to give it to Black Ops 2, I think.
Are you talking about y'all's favorite zombies?
I was never a really big fan of zombies. It's just skin loss.
Just favorite parts of the game.
I always enjoyed the multiplayer aspect.
I do have one above COD 2 Black Ops, but I don't
Black Ops
remember
has
what
an
it
amazing
is.
story. I will give it that, but its multiplayer is really
The
really
zombies maps, I think it's Black Ops 1 that's got better zombie maps.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it already.
With the rundown hospital or something.
Yeah, rundown
and
hospital
the
and the
auditorium.
theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Black Ops 1.
I grew up on Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 zombies, man.
I've always had the trilogy of it, but we never played Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 never worked for us.
No.
And I think that was just a
I mean,
system error. I don't think we had the space
it's a
for it.
solid game, but like a lot of people kind of dug on it. It's not as bad as 4, though.
Yeah. But since it is my first private console, finding games that I want and know that there's games of it out there is getting kind of harder because it's almost an ancient console by now.
The next gen after the 360 and PS3 era, or going to buy a completely new gen, which is the PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Yeah, because I've been trying to find Minecraft, and I've been trying to find Halo, but finding one's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, Walmart's quit carrying them all together. I mean, that tells you how old it is if Walmart quits carrying it.
They have Skyrim for Nintendo Switch. They're not doing anything special.
I don't think any of the GameStop websites that I've been to had anything.
That's probably better to go check in person, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great for selling games to them, but they have a large amount of stock.
Y'all
Yeah.
been to Game Exchange?
Yeah, I have.
I don't think I have.
But I haven't got anything from Game Exchange. So.
They got a lot.
Oh, yeah, they definitely got a lot.
Because it's like the games I have are starting to get a little bland and boring. Because I only have like 6 games overall.
I think it's time for an upgrade, bud.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah,
definitely
definitely.
is time for an upgrade.
But having the money to do so, I'm not against it, but having the money to do that.
Just don't sit your heart out for next gen, especially a PS5.
Oh no. All the games I have are, I have got an Amazing Spider-Man, Indiana Lego one, the COD, the older COD, I think it's Modern Warfare or Cold War,
Cold War is newer.
or
Long-
Modern Warfare.
Depending on what Modern Warfare you have, it's either newer or older.
Oh, just by going off the graphics, that's an older one.
Yeah, then it's the older one from the actual series.
Thank you for listening. We hope you join us next time on The Bare Necessities.